Have you ever taken a bite of grilled fish and just felt peace? That soft, flaky texture, the fresh squeeze of lemon, the hint of herbs that lingers, warm and comforting. Fish has a special place on many dinner tables. It's packed with protein, low in unhealthy fat, and full of those famous omega-3s people often call liquid gold for your heart and brain. But here's something worth thinking about. As we get older, especially past 60, our bodies don't bounce back the way they used to. In our younger years, we could handle more. Our liver and kidneys filtered things out better. The immune system stood guard like a watchful friend. Now, things slow down. Digestion gets more sensitive. Toxins don't leave the body quite as quickly. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy fish, but it does mean it's time to be more thoughtful. You see, not all fish are created equal. Some varieties may contain mercury, leftover chemicals from polluted water, or even bacteria that younger bodies could easily fight off, but yours might not. This isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to empower you, because good information shared in plain, friendly language can do wonders for your health. Many folks still think all fish are good fish. But the truth is, while some are excellent for memory, joint comfort, and heart support, others might slow your thinking, raise your blood pressure, or quietly affect your nerves over time. So should you cut fish out of your meals? Absolutely not. You just need to know which ones to choose and how to prepare them in a way that works with your body, not against it. With more than 2 decades in the field of nutrition, I've seen time and again how small changes can bring big results. And no, I'm not talking about fancy gadgets or overpriced supplements. I'm talking about smart, everyday decisions, like checking the label, knowing where your fish comes from, cooking it with clean, simple ingredients. Now is a great time to make that shift. By the end of this series, you'll have a clear list of 6 types of fish that older adults should probably steer clear of. And even better, you'll discover safer, healthier, and still mouth-watering options to enjoy instead. If you're here because you care about your well-being or someone close to you, you're in the right place. Feel free to bookmark this. Share it with your kids, your partner, or your neighbor down the road. And if you feel inspired, leave a quick note. I'm here for my health. That simple step means a lot. You are not walking this road alone. And together, we can make wiser choices one meal, one conversation, one moment at a time. Because growing older doesn't mean giving up flavor. It just means giving your body what it truly deserves. 2. Not all fish are the same. That might sound simple, but when you're over 60, it becomes a really important truth. For years, we've heard how fish is great for your heart, good for your brain, and helps the immune system stay strong. And that's still true when you pick the right kind. Some fish are packed with benefits, but others? They might quietly do more harm than good, especially as we get older. When we were younger, our bodies could handle a lot more. Our liver and kidneys worked like champs, cleaning out toxins without much trouble. The immune system fought off all sorts of things without us even knowing it. But after 60, things change. Our metabolism slows. The detox system doesn't clean house quite as fast. And harmful stuff like mercury? It can build up in the body over time without us noticing. Now here's the part that surprises many folks. A small piece of fish, just one fillet with about 0.3 parts per million of mercury, might not be a big deal for a young, healthy adult. But for someone older, that same amount could push the body past a safer limit. If you're eating fish like that a few times a week, it might raise your risk for memory problems, shakiness in your hands, or moments of confusion that seem to come out of nowhere. And mercury isn't the only concern. Some fish, especially if undercooked or poorly handled, may carry bacteria or parasites in a sensitive digestive system that can cause stomach pain, long-term gut issues, or infections that take weeks to clear up. And then there's farmed fish. Now, not all farmed fish are bad, but some, especially from countries with loose rules, are raised in crowded, dirty tanks. They're often treated with antibiotics, dyes, or chemicals to speed up growth or improve color. Take farmed salmon, for example. In a few studies, samples were found with PCB levels way over what's safe, 8 times higher than US limits. PCBs are chemicals linked to hormone changes, heart problems, and even cancer. So if you're eating about 4 to 6 ounces of fish per meal, that's roughly 113 to 170 grams, it really matters what kind you choose. This isn't just about flavor anymore. It's about sleeping better, thinking more clearly, moving with less pain, and keeping your heart strong. And here's the good news. Many types of clean, healthy fish are easy to find and affordable. You can often get a 1-pound pack of fish for $5 to $7 at most grocery stores. But saving a couple bucks on low-quality fish could cost a lot more when it comes to your health. That's why it's so important, especially for seniors or caregivers, to know what to look for. Check labels. Look for wild-caught over farm-raised when you can. Choose fish that are known to be low in mercury. Stick to brands that clearly show safety testing or sustainable sourcing. This doesn't have to be complicated, and it doesn't mean you have to stop enjoying fish. It just means make it a mindful habit, because at this stage of life, every small choice on your plate adds up to stronger bones, a clearer mind, a longer, more vibrant life, one bite at a time. 3. As we grow older, our bodies go through changes that make us more sensitive to the foods we eat. And while fish is often celebrated as a healthy choice, not all fish are created equal. Some types offer incredible health benefits, but others? They carry risks that become more serious as we age. Especially after 60, when our immune systems slow down, our ability to detox weakens, and our digestive systems aren't quite as strong as they used to be. That's why knowing which fish to avoid is just as important as knowing which ones to enjoy. Let's look at 6 types of fish older adults should stay away from and what safer, healthier options you can pick instead. Let's begin with king mackerel. It's got a bold taste and a firm bite, which is why some folks love it on the grill. But this fish also ranks among the highest in mercury content. That's a heavy metal that slowly builds up in your body. When you're young, your liver and kidneys do a decent job getting rid of those toxins. But after 60, your body becomes less efficient at processing mercury. That's when problems can start creeping in. A 3-ounce piece of king mackerel, that's about the size of a deck of cards, can have up to 0.7 parts per million of mercury. That's over 3 times what experts consider safe. Too much mercury can cause hand tremors, memory loss, dizziness, and even permanent damage to the nervous system if you're exposed over time. To make matters more confusing, king mackerel often gets mistaken for Atlantic mackerel, which is actually a much safer fish with low mercury levels. So read your labels. And when you're eating out, don't be shy about asking where the fish came from. Want a better choice? Try wild salmon or sardines. They're low in mercury, rich in omega-3s, and easy on the digestive system. Now let's talk about tilefish. This fish might be listed on a menu as white fish or catch of the day. Sounds harmless, right? But tilefish from the Gulf of Mexico has the highest mercury levels ever found in commercial fish sold in the US. We're talking about up to 1 part per million in just a 3-ounce portion. That's an eye-opener. Older adults are already more prone to memory loss, Alzheimer's, and other cognitive issues. Mercury just adds fuel to that fire. And it's not just your brain at risk. Mercury can disrupt heart rhythm, increase inflammation, and wear down your immune system, especially if you already have diabetes or heart disease. Your best bet? Stick with cod or haddock. They're mild, easy to cook, and far lower in mercury. Next on the list is swordfish. This is a large ocean predator, and the higher a fish sits on the food chain, the more toxins it tends to carry. A 3-ounce serving of swordfish can carry close to 1 part per million of mercury. And here's the thing, no matter how you cook it, the mercury stays. You can bake it, steam it, grill it, it doesn't go away. For older adults, swordfish can bring on insomnia, kidney problems, or tremors. And if you already struggle with high blood pressure or memory issues, the risk is even greater. So let's skip the swordfish. Pollock or rainbow trout make much safer and still tasty substitutes. Number 4 is big eye tuna. You might see it in sushi or served as a thick seared steak. It's got that deep red color and bold flavor. But unfortunately, it also brings a heavy load of mercury between zero point 0.6 and zero point 0.7 parts per million per serving. And because it's often eaten raw or undercooked, you've also got a higher chance of running into bacteria or parasites. Older adults, especially those with weakened immune systems, are more likely to get sick from raw fish. Even a mild case of salmonella or listeria can lead to dehydration, inflammation, or even a hospital stay. On top of that, the mercury in tuna may also interfere with your thyroid, something that's already more delicate after 60. What's better? Go for skipjack tuna, often labeled as light tuna in cans. It's lower in mercury, easy to portion out, and great for salads or sandwiches a couple of times a week. Let's move on to farmed salmon. Salmon is one of the most popular fish in America, but not all salmon is created equal. Farmed salmon, especially from places like Chile or Southeast Asia, is often raised in crowded, unsanitary pens. They're fed pellets, treated with synthetic dyes to look pink, and given antibiotics that are banned here in the US. That's a problem. Farmed salmon can have 5 to 10 times more PCBs than wild-caught varieties. Those are chemicals linked to hormone issues, joint pain, and even cancer. A U.S. study found that folks who ate farmed salmon more than 3 times a week had a 24% higher chance of suffering from chronic inflammation. That's a big deal if you already have arthritis or hormonal imbalances. So pay a few dollars more, around 11 to 13 bucks per pound, and go with wild-caught Alaskan salmon. It's clean, firm, rich in healthy fats, and worth every penny. Finally, let's talk about imported catfish. It's cheap, it's easy to cook, and you'll find it everywhere. But catfish from parts of Asia is a red flag, especially for older adults. Some overseas farms use feed that's never been verified. Hygiene standards are low, and to keep diseases in check, they rely on antibiotics that are actually banned in the US, like nitrofuran and chloramphenicol. These drugs have been linked to cancer, digestive issues, and antibiotic resistance. If you already have heart disease or diabetes, eating this kind of fish could be dangerous. So what can you do? Stick with catfish farmed here in the US. We have much stricter standards for water quality and banned substances. And whatever fish you choose, cook it fully at least 145 degrees Fahrenheit at the thickest spot to keep yourself safe. At the end of the day, the goal isn't to avoid fish altogether. It's about knowing what's on your plate, being smart, being mindful, because every small choice you make, every label you read, every question you ask at a restaurant can add up to better sleep, stronger bones, a sharper mind, and a longer, more vibrant life. And you deserve nothing less. You don't have to give up fish to stay healthy. In fact, fish can still be a great part of your weekly meals if you choose the right kind. As we get older, our bodies go through changes. The liver doesn't filter out toxins like it used to. The kidneys get more sensitive. The immune system slows down and takes longer to react. That means we need to be a little more careful about what we put on our plates, especially when it comes to fish. Certain types like king mackerel, tilefish, or swordfish are known to be high in mercury. That mercury can slowly build up in the body and settle into places like your brain and nerves. Over time, it can affect how you think, how steady you feel, even how you move. Other fish, like farmed salmon or imported catfish, are sometimes raised in crowded pens under poor conditions. They may carry leftovers from antibiotics, artificial dyes, or even bacteria that can cause trouble for an older immune system. So what's the smart move? You don't need to stop eating fish. You just need to choose smarter. Look for wild-caught options instead of farmed ones. Wild fish are more likely to be clean, fresh, and full of natural omega-3 fats that help your heart, brain, and joints. Go for low-mercury choices like Alaskan salmon, sardines, cod, or canned light tuna. These are not only safer, but they're also easy to find and easy to cook. When you shop, check the label. Look for product of USA or sustainably wild-caught. These labels usually mean the fish was handled with better care and quality standards. And when it's time to cook, Make sure you heat it thoroughly at least 145 degrees Fahrenheit. That helps kill any hidden bacteria or parasites that might cause problems, especially for folks with a sensitive stomach or a weaker immune system. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start small. Choose a better can of tuna. Say no to raw sushi if you're feeling run down. Take a second to read the label before you toss that fillet in your cart. These are simple habits, but they add up. Eating smarter fish can help protect your memory, support your heart, help you sleep better at night, and even make your joints feel less stiff in the morning. These aren't expensive changes. They're thoughtful ones. Good health isn't built on one big decision. It's built on everyday choices, the quiet ones you make without even thinking twice. And if today's tips helped you, don't keep them to yourself. Share this with someone you care about, a spouse, a neighbor, a family member who's caring for an older adult. Sometimes just one piece of useful advice can help someone avoid a health scare or start feeling better faster than they ever expected. So next time you're walking through the grocery store or standing in front of your fridge, pause for a moment. Let this little reminder guide you. You're doing something good. You're protecting your health or the health of someone you love. And you are more than capable of making those smart choices, one meal at a time. Because your health isn't just worth saving. It's worth celebrating.